West of Kindred. The Highway Patrol says the driver lost control of his vehicle, hit the ditch, and then rolled into a sugar beet field.
52-year-old Scott Heath was airlifted to a Fargo hospital and is charged with DUI. His passenger was also taken to a hospital. Now troopers say they are expected to recover from their injuries. Police are telling people to be a bit extra cautious after a rash of car break-ins in the FM Metro.
The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live this morning with where it's happening and what police are telling us to do. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. It's like they always tell us, never leave your valuables in plain sight, but also make sure that you're just not leaving them in your car in general if you can take them out. Sadly, for people in two different neighborhoods, their cars were broken into and things were also stolen from their vehicles. So, of course, we're going to let you guys know how to prevent that. But first, let's give you those details. So what we can let you know is, as you can see right here in this video, 3 people were caught on camera going through more than a dozen cars in the Goldenwood and Elmwood areas, and even taking things from inside. That's 17 break-ins reported to police on that Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. And that's not even one full day. People stating that money and, in one instance, a gun being taken from their vehicle. Now, Moorhead Police Department saying that they have not heard or had to respond to any car break-ins themselves, and we're still reaching out to Fargo Police Department for their updates and West Fargo Police Department for more information if they do have it. So there are many easy ways to prevent break-ins. Never ever leave your car unlocked, unattended, or running alone. This provides the perfect opportunity for a thief to break into your vehicle. Do not leave a spare key near your vehicle, especially in a place very easy to find. Make sure to never leave your windows down. That just makes it easier for a thief to break in. Park in a well-lit area, and if you can, in your garages. It's the easiest way to identify them with video and even doorbell footage. Now, law enforcement is still working to find these thieves, so if you have more information, we'll give you this number, 701-433-5500. Also, let your neighbors know and your friends know as well, so if it's happening to you, they can also keep themselves updated too.
Brian Sherrod reporting live for us this morning. Thank you. Police say they're closer to solving the murder of NDSU student Tom Beerson. He's the Sartell, Minnesota native who disappeared 6 years ago this Sunday. His body was found 3 days later in a Moorhead parking lot.
Police say they have no motive and no suspects, but that the case is still very active.
We anticipate that there will be this day where we have the break that we need to have the answer.
Beerson's death certificate lists asphyxiation as the cause of death, and search warrants say the 18-year-old had extensive post-mortem abrasions on his entire backside, indicating that he was dragged for a distance.
Chilly to start our day. Let's get a check of our First Alert Storm Team forecast to see what we'll see temperature-wise this afternoon. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. That cooler air sticking around here for today yet again, and we're starting off in some areas a little bit better off than others. Those places that have had some cloud cover that's helped to insulate us. Fargo's seen some of that, though you can see we have some clearing going on as we're looking off to the east. Still a bit of a hazy sky this morning, and here's a look at our latest wildfire smoke issues that we've got in Southern Valley. The closer we are to the red and oranges, the higher concentration of smoke. In the blues, it's lighter amounts, and so we've got a little bit more down in the Southern Valley here overhead yet again, but we'll continue to get that northwesterly flow going into today, and that's going to kind of push some of that smoke that's drifted in this morning. That will kind of clear it out, and we'll again this afternoon see a little bit better conditions as we head through our Thursday. So for now, still looking at a little bit better. Here's a look at our temperatures. It's cooler up in the northeast. We're at 27 in Baudette, 28 in Roseau, so some freezing temperatures in that location. That's where we have that warning, that freeze warning in effect for another hour or so. The rest of us above freezing. In Fargo is at 46. It's 47 in Grand Forks. And I've zipped past our 7-day planner. Let's go back to it. We're looking at some conditions as we come up to the weekend that we're going to start warming here. By tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the 30s to some low 40s as we head in the forecast. And then as we head into the afternoon, we'll add a few degrees. Not a huge warm up for your Friday, but we'll start the warming process. And that's going to be a big difference. Heading into Saturday and Sunday, warming back into some low to some mid 70s. Sunday will be the day where we have the better chance for a little bit of scattered rain. So we'll want to watch out for that. Check that Valley News Live First Alert weather app if you're going to be out and about and away from home, and keep an eye on that radar. And then heading into next week, it's going to feel more like summertime again, back into the 70s to near 80 on Tuesday, which just happens to be the fall equinox. So fall conditions, but also some summer-like temperatures as well here in the extended planner.
Mother
Just when I
Nature.
was sad that it was fall.
Yeah, we were both going to comment on that. You bet. I was pretty happy about it, but we each get something. All right, Lisa, thank you this morning. The city of Bemidji is preparing for a campaign stop from President Donald Trump tomorrow, and so are a number of protest groups. The president is holding a campaign event at the Bemidji Aviation Services at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. But before he speaks, 2 large protests are planned in the city that morning.
One will be a Defend Our Democracy rally held by the group Our Revolution Bemidji. They do not currently have a location announced for their rally, but said they will release that information a little later today. Valley News Live is sending a crew to Bemidji, so be sure to stay with us for that coverage of the president's visit to Minnesota throughout the day. And we're waiting to hear more details about Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden's stop in Minnesota tomorrow.
His campaign said last night that he'll be in Duluth sometime in the afternoon on Friday, but they did not specify an exact time. Downtown Fargo businesses are working on a quicker way to report crimes and disturbances to authorities. They want to make downtown safer.
Police say that people need to be willing to testify to have crimes punished since police can't act as witnesses. Officers say there have been more disturbances than normal after COVID-19 closed several businesses. A man is in custody, accused in 2 separate pickup thefts in the Jamestown area. Police early yesterday morning pulled over one of these stolen pickups driven by 30-year-old Michael J. Greger for an equipment violation.
It belonged to a business in nearby Kensal, North Dakota. Later, a Jamestown resident also called police to report that his pickup had been stolen. It was also later found in Kensal.
The North Dakota legislature is making plans for a hybrid session in 2021, much like what schools across the state are having to do. Lawmakers are trying to determine how people will meet and how they'll be allowed to vote. The Capitol building in Bismarck was already under heavy renovations before the pandemic started, including construction to a popular entrance and a video board that will connect lawmakers to the floor virtually. But now they're also adding social distancing to other changes, like spreading out lawmakers throughout the chambers, even having them vote from public viewing galleries and setting up private cubicles throughout the building so lawmakers can still connect to the chamber floor. West Fargo Public Schools is reporting nearly 200 students and staff are out of the classroom this week due to COVID-19 exposures, both at school and also outside of it. Officials say of those in quarantine, 51 are showing COVID-related symptoms. But they say so far, only 16 students and staff have tested positive for the virus.
So let's take a look at those latest COVID-19 numbers. In North Dakota, 269 new cases along with 5 more deaths. That brings the death toll to 177. Active case count now more than 2,500. The positivity rate is at 5.35%. In Minnesota, health officials are reporting 513 new cases of COVID along with 7 new deaths. More than 1,900 deaths have been attributed to the virus. In our Healthier Me this morning, rumors are swirling, especially online, that flu vaccines and COVID-19 could have dangerous repercussions. Experts say getting a flu vaccine cannot protect you from COVID-19 or other illnesses outside of influenza. And just because you've had COVID-19 or the flu doesn't mean you don't need to get vaccinated for the flu this year. Doctors are stressing the importance of getting that flu vaccine now more than ever.
The push this year is really get as many people vaccinated as possible so that we don't overburden our health systems again with people that have to be hospitalized for influenza, but we leave those beds and those resources available for people that might have to be hospitalized with COVID. So that's the concern, is that you're going to have 2 competing viral illnesses.
When it comes to information regarding your health or vaccine, experts say you should make sure that it's from a credible source like the CDC or just check with your healthcare provider. If you haven't had your flu shot yet, Sanford Health is providing an easier way for you to get one. Their drive-through blitzes will be offered at the Fargo Dome over the next 4 Saturdays for adults and children over the age of 6 months.
These annual flu vaccinations are used to reduce the risk of becoming ill with influenza and even preventing you from transmitting it to others. Health officials are asking those interested to set appointments to control the flow of traffic. You can find details on how to do that on our website, valleynewslive.com. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question, 10% of marriage proposals have this in common.
The answer is no ring. Lisa, was that what yours had?
No way. I want to say it's all about the commitment and you don't need the ring. I'd be like, maybe we should wait until we get the ring.
That response, I think, was so true. You were like, no, I would not have done that if that wasn't in there.
Even if it's a small rock, that's fine. Just a symbol of your love.
I agree. It is just a symbol. All right. Well, glad we got the real answer here. The Today Show and CBS This Morning is just about to start, but the Valley today, it rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up for you right now on the Fargo CW. Have a great Thursday, everyone.